The Eldari were once rulers of the galaxy, but their golden age ended in tragedy. Today, they are a scattered and dying race, fighting for survival. But who are the Eldari? Where did they come from? And why are they so powerful? Are they going to play a role in the Emperor's revival? And why did they help Roboute Guilliman? To answer these questions, we must go back to the origins of the warp and its discovery by the Old Ones. The warp, also known as the Immaterium, is a strange dimension filled with raw psychic energy. The Old Ones, an ancient and powerful race, discovered the warp millions of years ago. They used it to travel across the galaxy instantly, giving them unmatched power and influence. The Old Ones were ancient, highly advanced beings who emerged billions of years ago. They used psychic powers and warp manipulation to shape the galaxy. They created several intelligent races, including the Eldar, Eldari, Krork, ancestors of orcs, and Slan. Their technology enabled instantaneous warp travel and powerful weapons able to destroy planets. They also seeded planets with life and constructed webway portals for safe interstellar travel. Long before humanity existed, the Old Ones were the masters of the galaxy. These ancient beings harnessed the power of the warp, a dimension of pure energy, to travel across the stars and create life on countless planets. Their mastery of technology and psychic abilities made them unmatched in their time. The Old Ones weren't just explorers, they were creators. They seeded the galaxy with intelligent life, but their reign was not unchallenged. The Necrontyr were a mortal race doomed to short and painful lives. Driven by necessity, the Necrontyr escaped their prison and ventured into the stars to seek freedom from the deadly energies of their birth star. The Old Ones had mastered immortality, but refused to share their secrets. This resulted in a rivalry that spanned the entire galaxy. The Necrontyr found allies in the Kirtan, godlike entities made of star energy. The Kirtan offered immortality by transferring their minds into bodies of living metal. Thus, the Necrons were born, soulless, relentless warriors armed with the universe's deadliest technology. The war in heaven began. The Necrons, backed by the Kirtan, waged a brutal war against the Old Ones. Planets were destroyed, stars extinguished, and entire civilizations erased. To fight back, the Old Ones created psychic races like the Eldar and Krork to serve as warriors. However, the Old Ones' heavy reliance on the warp had consequences. The chaos of the war and the emotions of the galaxy's inhabitants disturbed the Immaterium. From this chaos, the first warp entities, the Proto-Chaos gods, began to form, turning the warp into a dangerous and unpredictable place. The Old Ones were eventually overwhelmed. The Necrons' relentless attacks and the rise of warp-born entities shattered their empire. The Old Ones disappeared into obscurity, leaving their creations, like the Eldar, to continue their fight for survival. Though victorious, the Necrons eventually rebelled against their Kirtan masters, breaking them into fragments to regain some freedom. After centuries of devastating war, the Necrons, exhausted and realizing they could no longer sustain their campaign, entered stasis across their tomb worlds. The Silent King, Sarek, ordered this retreat, ensuring their survival for a future era when their strength could be restored. Hidden beneath the galaxy's surface, they await the right moment to reclaim their dominion. With the Necrons asleep, the galaxy entered a new era. The Eldar rose to power, but the damage to the warp remained. This ancient conflict set the stage for the endless struggles of the Warhammer 40K universe. The Eldari were one of the most significant creations of the Old Ones. They were designed as a psychically gifted race, deeply attuned to the warp. This connection allowed them to manipulate energy, communicate over vast distances, and build advanced civilizations. With these abilities, the Eldari became powerful stewards of the Old One's vision for the galaxy. The Eldari's empire was a testament to their mastery over technology and the warp duel. They built craft worlds, massive, self-sufficient space vessels, and the Webway, a vast network of stable warp tunnels, which gave them unparalleled mobility across the galaxy. Their psychic prowess enabled them to craft weapons, heal wounds, and create works of art that combined beauty and function in ways unmatched by any other race. At their peak, the Eldari were guardians of balance, enforcing the Old One's will across the stars. They were instrumental in defending the galaxy from the Necrons and other threats. Yet, this power came with a price. Their deep reliance on the warp left them vulnerable to its corrupting influences. The Eldari's rise was marked by glory, but the seeds of their downfall were already planted. Their dependence on the warp and their unmatched psychic abilities would later draw the attention of malevolent forces, like Chaos Gods, setting the stage for their tragic future. The Eldari reached their golden age after the fall of the Necrons. They ruled the galaxy with unmatched power. Their technology was so advanced that even death seemed meaningless. They could trap their souls in spirit stones, preserving them forever. The Webway, a safe network of tunnels through the warp, became their greatest tool. It allowed them to avoid the dangers of chaos and maintain control over vast territories. But power often leads to arrogance. The Eldari became complacent, turning inward. They pursued pleasure and excess, believing they were untouchable. Their culture, once noble, began to rot from within. Unknowingly, their decadence fed the warp. Their unchecked emotions and obsessions created something horrifying. A new chaos god, Slaanesh, the god of excess, was born in a cataclysmic event called the Fall. The birth of Slaanesh unleashed a psychic scream so powerful that it tore the Eldari Empire apart. Billions of lives were snuffed out instantly. Their homeworlds were consumed, leaving only a cursed area known as the Eye of Terror. A handful of Eldari managed to escape on craft worlds, giant spacefaring cities that still float among the stars. Others turned to darker paths, becoming the Drukhari, who embraced cruelty to survive. Though shattered and scattered, the Eldari refused to give up. They fight to preserve their dwindling numbers and protect their culture, hoping to one day reclaim their former glory. But can a race so close to extinction survive the rising threats of chaos? The Necrons? Only time will tell. The Eldari share a deep yet complex history with the Emperor of Mankind. Their ancient seers foresaw his rise during humanity's early days, recognizing him as a powerful figure destined to lead a war against chaos. Despite their mistrust of humans, the Eldari have occasionally stepped in to aid the Emperor's cause. For example, Yvraine, the emissary of Inayad, played a critical role in reviving Roboute Guilliman, knowing his leadership would strengthen humanity's resistance against chaos. But the Eldari have also opposed the Emperor's Imperium. In countless skirmishes, Eldari forces attacked human colonies to preserve their survival or safeguard ancient artifacts, showing their distrust and disdain for human expansion. This duality shapes Eldari's relationship with the Emperor, driven by necessity and affected by mistrust. It is a partnership forged for survival, but strained by historical tensions. The Eldari played a vital role in awakening Guilliman. Yvraine, an Eldari priestess of the Inari, used the power of the Eldar god Inayad to heal his mortal wounds. This alliance shows that, despite their decline, the Eldari still hold great power and influence in shaping the galaxy's fate. While they aided Guilliman, the Eldari are divided about helping revive the Emperor. Some see him as humanity's best hope against chaos, while others fear empowering humans further could doom the galaxy. The Eldari's low population, constant battles with chaos, and reliance on ancient technology have pushed them to the brink. Each loss is irreplaceable, making their fight for survival even more desperate. The Necrons, once defeated by the Old Ones and Eldari, are reawakening. Their goal? To reclaim the galaxy and erase the remnants of the Old Ones' creations, including the Eldari. The Eldari face extinction, but still have the knowledge and power to shape the galaxy's future. Will they rise again? Or fall for the final time? The war is far from over.